Let's do this.
Let's go.
Do this.
Let's go.
Hey.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
That's right. It's that time again. That's right. Hey guys, y'all about to get on here. It's a Monday and it's a 3-day weekend, so y'all know it's gonna go down so we can help y'all go up. But first, you know, we gotta bust the move, right? You know, yes, that's right. It's a dance break. We gotta get it. Let's go, y'all. Get on here. Let's go. Get jiggy with it.
Hey, nah. Y'all know he was just like, you know, don't act like you don't remember.
Let's go, y'all.
Smith was doing it. He had the little blue suit on.
Let's go, y'all. Let's go.
He looked like P. Diddy in this video.
He's following his little khaki blue, whatever you call it. I don't know what they call it. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness. I know, you know, I'll be talking about if ever a day for you to sign on into a live episode. Today is that day. A lot of times I'd be lying in the past, but today, I'm telling y'all, today is going down, y'all. Let's go.
Tell the truth,
It's the truth
devil.
today.
Tell the truth, say the devil.
If there's ever been a day, I know. We got, yeah, I know. My audience, they, okay. Welcome from the north, south, east, west, and all the rest, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, and anything in between. We're gonna move on with those. Okay, welcome. All of y'all are welcome. And let me see here. Let me give a couple of shout outs. I see y'all getting on here. Well, what y'all got going on? Richard Daly! That's a drum. You the first. You know Richard.
Coach, what up, Coach?
What's up? Got Brandon, welcome. Hey, Stephen Acano, welcome, sir. I keep telling you, about to get your butt over here. You got to ride shotgun, because we got a lot of knowledge we got to pull from that brain of yours, bro.
Oh, man.
You know Stephen?
Oh, yes, that's my coach.
Oh, girl. Wait, you ain't saying nothing but a word.
He was dropping that knowledge.
You a grasshopper to the Stephen?
Yes.
Acano? Hey, Jana Chapman, I see you. Oh, let me see. Stephen says, get some. That's right, baby. We're going to come all this way, just make it mediocre. We're going to make it great, y'all. Welcome.
Yes.
Give me thumbs up and hearts if we're coming through loud and clear, y'all. I'm going to get right to my guests without any further ado. Ooh, let me turn out the whirly light here. I get some of y'all confused. If we're coming up, I see y'all on Instagram too. And if you're watching, some of y'all may be watching this on replay on, what is it, YouTube or Twitter or LinkedIn or, you know, one of them others. Whatever the case is, if you're on YouTube, you know, be sure to subscribe right there. There's a button to come later that'll be right there you can subscribe to.
Snapchat, TikTok.
Yeah, Snapchat and TikTok, I'm not on those.
I'm not either, but, you know,
That's not like even my generation.
No, it's not at all. So.
Yeah, so if y'all on that, I'm so sorry that I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
I may or may not transition to that, y'all. But okay, let me go ahead and I know she may be a stranger to some of y'all, but so let me intro her. Here's a drum roll. Ooh-wee. Can you feel that?
Yes. I'm going to get my African dance on.
Now, this gal is often imitated, but never quite duplicated. She's first to many and absolutely second to none. One. She got a little zip in her hips, some slide in her glide, and I got her over here right by my side, y'all. This is none other than the capital T-H-E. Watch this, y'all. And then applaud like you're going crazy when I say it, okay? Allie Mae Perkins. Let's go.
Oh my God, it's me. Oh my God, it's me.
My audience loves you.
Oh, hey.
Look at that.
Well, what is there? You know, it's the fur. I don't know if it's the fur.
Yes.
Like, okay, or the personality.
Yes, she's rocking the fur. I think it's all. You know what, guys? I talk a lot about people being part of the pretty club. She is definitely in the pretty club. And for those of y'all who don't know what that means, she's pretty awesome. She's pretty ambitious. She's pretty talented. She's pretty courageous.
Yes.
And she ain't bad looking either. So It's, you know, all the pretties are in line, and so she's the pretty club. You see, this girl is a world changer. Yes, she is.
Yes, coach.
That's why I titled this, This Girl is on Fire.
Yo, but that's my ringtone when I wake up in the morning at 4:30.
Is it really?
Girl on Fire. That's my theme song for my life. So I'm happy.
I should have opened with that.
Yeah, that's my theme song. I wake up to it in the morning, and if I'm ever just having a bad day or feeling, you know, because sometimes you just have those days. I'll be putting Girl on Fire until I believe it. Like, I'll be like, Girl on Fire. I'm like, yeah. I'll play it a second time. I'll be like, okay. But that fourth time, I'll be like, I'm on fire.
Isn't there something about that?
Yes.
I mean, guys, we talk a lot about this. I call it positive incantations, where your body and your mind can't be congruent with each other. It's impossible. It's like trying to swim against stream.
Yeah.
Against the current. Eventually, you go with the flow because you can't do it for long.
Yeah.
So your body and your mind same way. So if you in the morning, you like one of those don't like getting up in the morning. Once you get up, I call this. A lot of y'all know. I call this my thermostat.
Oh, the thermostat. Break it down.
It's my thermostat. And here's what it means for those of y'all who didn't go to college. No, I'm just kidding. You didn't have to go to college to know what this means.
Well, hell.
Okay. Hey, Lord knows we got a lot of successful people that straight just got a diploma.
Yes.
Some of them don't even have that. They got a GED. And
it's
all good. But thermostat and thermometer, the difference between the two. Thermostat, let's start with thermometer. Thermometer can only measure the temperature in an environment, but not affect it. A thermostat can actually not only measure the temperature in an environment.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, though, bro.
She's drinking the Kool-Aid. She's drinking the
All
Kool-Aid.
the way. Drink it all the way up.
This thermostat sets the temperature of my mood. So when you say music,
yes,
they say music can calm a savage beast. I also say it can build up the downtrodden and get you fired up and focused too.
Yes.
So if you start your day like Allie Mae, I love that, Allie Mae.
4:30 in the morning, Allie Mae.
Allie Mae. You know what that reminds me of though? Eat the cake, Allie Mae.
Oh man, I get that all the time. Anyway, eat the cake.
Eat the cake.
I think my husband tried to do that one time for my birthday over there. Eat the cake. Anyway. Boy, let's not go Ike. You know what you fucking do yourself.
Guys, I'm riding shotgun with the Allie Mae Perkins. This is the, oh my gosh, I'm going to say what? I got to coin some type of phrase for you. Makeup artist to the stars.
Oh, well, no. No.
What is it? What is your thing?
Well, because we're all about building confidence. I mean, my whole LA days and dealing with celebrities is over. I used to design for celebrities and big companies and Walt Disney. So that's past, you know.
Okay.
I'm here to build up and elevate the confidence of everyday women. So.
And one way to do that is with your.
Yes. So one of the ways that we do it, we have a few avenues, but one of it is through the makeup.
Yeah.
You know, because with women, you know, you look good, you feel good, you feel good, you look good. It works together. It's a cycle.
Yes.
And so we help women. I'm never about making someone look like someone else first.
Gotcha.
You know, like some people want to do makeup and they want to transform your face. I just want you to look your best self always.
I love it.
That's it. I want you to look in the mirror and be like, oh my God, I look good. Not like, oh my God, I look like something or someone else.
Right.
So
you know, it's just bringing out the beauty in you that's already there.
Yes.
So the two letters of the alphabet you're most clinging to is the letter B and U.
B and U.
B and U, y'all.
Yes.
That's the first nugget of the day. All them other letters mean a little something. But the new letters for the day. Somebody type that in, please. Just so we can stay focused. Type that in. B-U. It's like, hey, because everybody else is taken. And if you're trying to be somebody else, all you can be is second at best.
Yes.
Because you can't be them.
Yes. Yeah.
Love it. I love the way you reframed that, though.
Yeah, because I was like, no, not the stars. Because, you know, it's funny that you mentioned that because I had someone about 2 years ago on Facebook just try to rip me a new one.
Really?
Yeah, a gentleman, because he thought that I was very superficial and trying to make people little Kardashians and stuff like that. And I was like, I had to message him in the back of it and say, bro, you got me all wrong. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Yeah. And he was like, my bad. And he apologized. But no.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
You know what? For everybody out there, I've heard it said this way: if you don't have any haters, you're not working hard enough.
Well, I say that all the time.
No, see, look at this.
All the time.
We're on the same wavelength, y'all. So get on our level, please. Level
Get
up.
some haters.
Level up.
Get some haters.
You gotta develop some haters. One of my good friends, Grayson Marshall, made a comment. I actually did a post. I think it was brilliant. He's also in the space that I'm in as far as a speaker.
Yes.
And content creator, and he said, "Hey, he's looking for haters," and so this is how he reframed it though. He said, "I'm looking for haters in this respect. He's looking for people who hate their current status quo
Oh, okay.
and situation bad enough to they're willing to watch this." Engage in the activities and behaviors that it takes to change it. And I was like,
Grayson, I need that post. Like, you need to share a tag. I need to see that whole post because that's like epic.
Yeah, he did a whole live on it.
Oh,
a live.
Man,
on it. And Grayson's going. He's dropping every day. He's doing his thing, dropping as I saw on this space rocking it.
Yeah.
Years ago, and over 10 years ago.
Awesome. And that's good.
Yeah, and so I was like, dude, that cat he's pretty. He's pretty smart, pretty intelligent. He's dropping some pretty good nuggets. Yeah. And I was like, I love that. And so that was kind of a glimpse of what could be for me, because he actually looks like me, you know what I'm saying? And so I got that kind of inspiration from him. And then obviously, you know, the Les Brown and
yes.
other people
I listen to him a lot.
Yeah.
A lot on YouTube and motivational. Yes.
Yeah. E.T. Yep. That's a big name. E.T. I didn't know about him back when I first said yes to this space, but then I found out about him, and he's out there rocking his space as well too. Is that guy that is in your face, calling you out. Yep. But for those of y'all who just joined me, I'm Ryan Shotgun with none other than the capital T-H-E, Ellie Mae Perkins. She is rocking the house, y'all. And I am so excited to really delve into, you see that? I'm delving into what she's all about. I gotta show this. Can I show that?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, I need to applaud this. I love this. Okay, everybody can see. Hold on, my audience. They love it. Okay. Stop. Okay, let me talk about it. For those of y'all on except Instagram, you can't see what I'm posting. Everybody else on all the other platforms, you can see this. In fact, I am not a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but that's beside the point. I'm a Cowboys fan because I was born.
Oh, it's good. My cousin did come then.
Oh, because he's Pittsburgh?
Oh, yeah, be Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's all good. I ain't tripping. You know, I mean, people got other problems too other than that. But, you know. Oh, yeah. Okay. But looking at that picture Ellie made where she got that done up, I saw that picture and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so representative of her talent, and to see what she's out there doing and how she's reframed it. Ooh, let me just go here. You got collage and stuff. My biggest challenge was saying, hey, I only got so many pictures I can put on here. Look at I'm looking at your dreams behind it.
Yes, it's one of the little signs and it says follow your dreams. Oh. So I have positive quotes and everywhere. Statements just all around, you know, my office, at home, my office downtown.
I love it.
Yes.
In fact, you know, I got a question. Yes. But on the other side of this dance break, I got a question for her. Because she just said some stuff. So, but I got an answer on the other side of this break. You need to stick around because the way she answers this is going to be to bless your life, y'all. So, guys, we about to go. Commercial break. We'll be right back. Okay, dance with us. Unzip the bag.
Bruno. I knew Bruno before he was big.
Did you? Oh, okay.
Before he was big.
All right.
Back when he had his old punk down car, still playing in North Hollywood.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, we gotta talk about that. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. That's right. My audience is on fire today because we have a gal that's on fire in her space. And she's reframed it. She's just schooled me real quick with reframing what her space is in. I thought it was more like, oh, she's the makeup artist to the stars. And she's like, no. Time out. I'm so much more than that. And that resonated with me big time. And so as I was showing some of the pictures, first of all, her name is Allie Mae Perkins for y'all who are just joining me. Y'all look quiet today. Hey, Jessica.
Everyone's recovering from the
3-day weekend?
They're recovering.
Well, y'all about to snap out of it, y'all.
Well, you know, but a lot of people don't have, like, the schools are out.
That's
true. A lot of people aren't out for today. Some people get to next Monday off.
But not today.
But a lot of people don't get Washington. They get the President's Day. Oh. So there is a lot of people at work today. Oh. The kids are out of school, though.
So is today President's Day?
No, today is Washington.
Washington, but not people. Oh, gotcha.
And then the next week
I
So
see.
even the colleges, they're in school. They have classes, but they get next Monday.
Next Monday.
Yeah, so high schools and elementaries and stuff like that, we get it off.
You
Or
get
the
that.
post office, because the post office always get the holidays off.
That's true.
I think they still celebrate Columbus, and the schools don't even get Columbus off anymore.
They probably get like 15 holidays and whatever. So they're blessed with that. Guys, I don't know where you at, but here's what I'm glad. If you're watching this today, you're taking some time, which is one of the most precious commodities this side of the universe, to be able to take a peek and say, what the heck Cedric and MrMakeItGreat.com has to say today. And it ain't all about what I say. It's about what they say too. So I teased y'all on the other side of that break. This is Miss Allie Mae Perkins. Yes, you heard me. Allie Mae Perkins.
Allie Mae.
That makes me, it gives me like, cause I'm from Texas.
Yes.
And we had like, you know, Larita Mae and Lita Mae and all the different names.
All those, yes. So I got that old school. I was named after my great grandmother. So you know,
Is she from South or she from?
Yeah, my family, they Oklahoma area,
I was gonna say,
stuff like that.
Dust Bowl travelers or something.
Yeah, we got that. Betty Sue's.
Oh my gosh.
But
I love Allie Mae. Do you go by Allie Mae?
I do. I love Allie Mae. I used to not like it because I used to get teased.
But then you took that and said, wait a minute, I need to embrace this. This is who I am.
Yeah, but when I went off to college, people actually really liked it. They were like, it has character. Like, because if you just say Allie, they're like, okay, Allie. Like, but Allie Mae, they're like, oh, Allie Mae. So I was just like, okay, like we can do this.
As y'all see this, if you haven't seen it, you got to be Ray Charles. I mean, because how you take something that once may have been a source of some, I don't know, quite frankly, animosity for you, or discomfort, and say, wait a minute, let me reframe this and say, let me use this that makes me different. In fact, I forget the artist, but I think it was Babyface or somebody, Kenny Babyface Evans, that was talking about how, he was talking about Toni Braxton. And how she got teased about her voice. Oh, you sound like a man. And as a kid. And then...
And Macy Gray, she used to get teased for her voice, too.
Exactly. And so then, if you don't know Toni Braxton, oh my gosh, just Google her. You'll see just beautiful soul inside and out. And is amazingly talented. She's another part of the Pretty Club. She's got all that pretty stuff going on. And she has this deep, sultry voice that she can get to, that will register. And it was a source of ridicule for her because people were like, oh, you sound like a dude. Yeah. And now she parlayed that into her being different. Yep. And celebrated the difference.
Coined her own. I mean, you hear her voice and you know that's Toni Braxton. Like, Toni Braxton don't sound like anybody else. So
exactly. Like, and I love the fact when they came together.
Kids are lame sometimes. They just like to tease. But it's being a kid and not knowing and they just kind of take things and run with it, and they like to, crack jokes about it. But it didn't break her. So, and she did something with it. And,
that's right. And sometimes I think we have to mature mentally.
Oh, yes.
In order to be able to pivot to the positive. Now, if you have people in your life at a young age, you're just blessed to have those that are more focused on what really matters. I mean, like keeping the main thing, because they have adults in their life that's focusing on, or adults in your life as a young age too. To be able to do that. And I like to think I provide that for my kids. And I know on that note, you have a daughter, right?
My baby, yes.
It's just one, right?
Yes. I have me and my husband all together. We have 5 children all together. That's my little that's my little mini me.
Let me applaud that. I just love that smile on her.
Oh, that's my baby. She makes me so proud.
She's Little Miss Kern County.
Little Miss Kern County.
For those of y'all who don't know what that means, we live in Kern County, which is Bakersfield. And so she won that title. And
she killed it.
Did she?
She
killed
it.
Did she?
They don't do a talent they don't do a talent. So they do the interviews, and they have like you have to interview with the panel the night before, and it's like the walk and the interviews, and they have certain questions, and they have a fun fashion where you kind of stretch your stuff, and then like this whole thing. So it's almost like that's a talent, but you can have fun with your fun fashion and do stuff and just pull things out. But yeah, my baby scored the highest out of the pageant. I was so proud of her.
What's her name? Nyla. You watching this right now? Can you hear this, girl? Can you hear this? You can't hear it? You want me to turn it up?
Nyla Grace.
Hey. Ooh, Nyla Grace.
Nyla Grace.
Allie Mae and Nyla Grace.
Yes.
Guys, you know what? It's funny. The apple don't fall very far from the tree, especially if you got a parent that's very, leaning forward, progressive in their thinking.
Yes.
That is so huge for a kid that's been have the fortune of being able to do that, and so if you're not in that position where you don't have your own kids, let's say you don't have that, you can always do that too around in your community because
Yeah. Mentorship is important.
It's huge,
crucial. Yes.
Huge. He who is without mentorship that has achieved some level of success is lying. He's like, if they got there, they had somebody who was speaking into their lives.
Yes, someone.
For true success.
You know, a teacher, a parent or whatever. And I love the fact that with mentorship, not everyone has parents or family members that can guide them in a positive direction. You know, and so you reach out to teachers and other adults, friends' parents or whatever, like
yes.
And with today's society, like with social media, Facebook, I mean not Facebook, but even YouTube, like I get a lot of mentorship and guidance in my business and life through YouTube. We're watching Lisa Nichols, and I love me some Lisa Nichols. Like I watch all these videos, and so it's like it doesn't have to even be a tangible person that you are with, like we are right here, like
that's true.
Whatever. You seek out the knowledge and information that you need to better yourself. So
guys, that's so true. We didn't start with a topic. I never do, because I know what needs to be said is going to come from the heart. And she is so right on the money when we talk about this mentorship thing, guys. I mean, to be able to cast that vision and say, hey, and then to know that you can have virtual mentors, like she was just suggested, to her point, that you can there's never been another time in history where you have no excuse.
No excuse.
Zero.
Like zero. Like
yes.
You want to be able to, if you want to be a cook, if you want to have your own cooking, you don't have to go to culinary school to become a cook. You learn through YouTube. You learn through all these avenues. They have online courses that you can get stuff from. So there is no excuse for anyone to not succeed and excel at what they want to do or be in life. Like no excuses.
She's exactly right. There's no excuse. That's why I pull out the X button. There's no excuse. I mean, literally, you can go and for free, not for fee, for free to be able to tap into the lives of these people who have went and they've captured content and they've subdued it in some way for people to be able to experience it and to take that data and information to convert it to knowledge and then the wisdom thing. And so that process. And so, wow, this has been an amazing live episode here, guys. And I teased you on the other side of the break. I said I had a question for her. That's Allie Perkins, if you're saying who. Hey, Liz Barajas. Hey, Wayne Topula. Hey, Steve. Oh, Steven's still here. He says, true. Steven's still hanging with us.
Yes,
Shanita Ford. I see you too, Shanita. Shanita's riding here. Who else we got here, y'all? Some guys. Say something. We got surprise. We got somebody to share. Vienna, welcome. Kristen, Sandra, Lori, all of you. Janet, Stott, good to see you as well too. Michael Mellon, Dennis Stitt. Okay, shout out because some of y'all start signing off. Sophia Leon, welcome. I'm riding shotgun with none other than the capital T-H-E. I feel like I need to do another drum roll. Allie Mae Perkins, she is in the house. You heard me. Allie Mae Perkins, we'll drop nuggets. Hope you got your bucket. I teased you. I said, hey, there was something I was going to ask her that I know is going to be of value to you. So when I showed this picture, and again, only Instagram can't see what I'm about to show. Okay. When I showed this picture right here.
Instagram.
It's okay, Insta. You go on one of the other platforms, you'll see it. We were talking about this picture that's framed in the back of you right here.
Yes.
And it says, follow your dreams.
Yes.
And then you went on to say that you had other stuff. Is this your office or your home?
This is my home office, yes.
Home office. So you said you had other stuff that's around you in that office area. And my question to you is, for what purpose do you have that stuff around?
Well, to constantly motivate, myself.
Y'all listen up, y'all. Listen up. Say
to constantly motivate myself. You have to have things that speak to your spirit and your mind to get through. Especially, it doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur, but like for myself, I'm an entrepreneur.
Yes. And
it gets tough. It's not for the weak at heart or and so follow your dreams. Like I'm remembering, follow your dreams. I have another one that says she believed she could, so she did.
Ooh.
And that's my saying right there. Like you believe you could do something, you can do it. And I'm doing it. I'm actively doing it. And since day one with my business, I've always told people when it was just me in my house doing makeup all by myself, not a whole beauty squad team of people, I would always tell people I'm building my empire. So I have a sign in my office next to my awards and features and things that I've received, and in the middle of it, the words is around it, and in the middle it says I'm building my empire.
Wow.
And that's just it's like it's proof, like the awards and stuff. It's just acknowledgement of me building the empire.
Something special.
Something special.
Yeah, guys, I am so into that point because I knew I was gonna love her because she's just, I knew you could smell it. It's like some people you get around, you're like,
yeah.
I say the world is full of jelly beans, and they're all different type of colors
You need to
out
have
there.
some jelly beans.
I know, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that,
Okay.
and I'm on the hunt for green ones. I like the green jelly beans, and if you've been around me for any length of time, I talk about grasshoppers and green jelly beans. And for those of you who don't know what that is, I'm gonna explain to you. I'm gonna tease you a little bit. About what that actually is. But she said something. She dropped a nugget there, y'all.
I love it.
And I really got to address that real quick on the other side of this break. Watch this, y'all. You need to stick around for this because she dropped a nugget. I can't wait to be able to tap into this nugget thing. But we're going to do it on the other side of that break, y'all. I am high shotgun next to my cup. This is Allie Mae Perkins. Y'all got to stick around because it's going down so we can help y'all go up. Dance break. That's right. Dance break. Let's go! I love it.
Yes.
We are back. Guys, you know me. I'm like, hey, if we can't have fun, I don't want no. It's just make it sticky too. If having fun gives you upset stomach, diarrhea, and this, you need the Tylenol and the Pepto-Bismol. Because we want to do that. But at the same time, here's the guarantee: is you're gonna get some really cool kind of nugget from it. And if you're just now tuning in, I'm riding shotgun with none other than the Allie Mae Perkins. She is in the house. And this gal is a super talented at what she does. She knocked me upside the head with the new reframing of this thing. I thought she was like the what did I call it? The make artist to the stars. And she's like, no. She's the confidence builder. And I didn't even really think about that. But even though under the surface of it all, that is true. Is that if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you look good.
Yes.
And so even if it's funny because even if to other people you don't look good, but you think you look good.
Hey,
it's all great.
But it's funny because I have women. I would do their makeup and they're like great and they're all excited and they feel like they have this confidence. But then as soon as they get in front of the camera, they're like they shrink. Their confidence just shrinks right back down. And they're like, oh, my arms or my body. Oh, you're gonna have to Photoshop my head onto like another person or whatever. And then they just start talking, negative about themselves. So it actually led me to creating workshops for women as well as like the camps that I have that I do during the summer for girls, because I'm in the seat with all these girls and they're talking about themselves or they're talking about things that they were going through at school or other girls were going through at school, and you're like, there's this huge gap of confidence for women and young girls. And so the company's called The Beautiful Life, but it's the confidence company at the bottom. Like that's our slogan, like the beautiful life, the confidence company.
I love that, y'all.
Yeah.
And if you're just joining us, Allie Mae Perkins that's here, she has taken this field that she's so awesome at, y'all. Let me show you stuff. I mean, if you just joining us, and again, Instagram, you're the only ones that can't see this, but everybody else, you're getting blessed today. I love this right here. It makes me think about just shy of saying, hey, maybe I should consider becoming a social media.
I get when that picture came out, I got Sierra, and I got picked as a Steeler Babe of the Week on the Instagram, the Steeler Instagram, which is epic. And people are like, that's Sierra. And I mean, they were literally arguing back and forth. And so finally I had to chime in and say, dude, I'm not Sierra. Because they're like, how's she going to be wearing the Steelers? She must be wearing Seahawks. It was like a whole situation. I kid you not. It was crazy.
I love it, guys. I'm just showing you. And I saw these professional headshots.
Yes.
So I see, is that Kat right there in the middle?
Yes, it is.
And then it's Kayla and Alcano and then Mike Bowers. Is it Tin Fung or?
No. That's Cyrus Moon. Dr. Cyrus Moon. Dr. Moon.
Sorry, Dr. Moon.
I have worked work with Vince Vaughn though.
Got it. So you've done a lot of little touch up and stuff that's out there. Yes. Oh, and here's her holding the mic, doing her thing at one of her things, I guess.
Yes, I was keynote speaker at an event for the pageant, the Miss Corner County pageant.
And you know what? I have no doubt that you're rocking that stage platform as well too. I saw this here. I was like, ooh, well, see, look, she's out there. Confidence building somebody.
Yes. That was at the Overcomer conference last year. And that was phenomenal. I had 2 breakout sessions that I did, and then I emceed the event as well.
And you did the women's conference breakout the year that I was on that.
Yes.
I saw that when I was looking through your photos. I was like, oh, she's one of the breakouts, you know.
Yes,
so,
that was so much fun.
I loved it too. It was just being around so many women that were fired up and doing that thing. Here you are on the set of, I guess, what, 12? Oh, 17.
17, yes. Okay. That's us announcing the Overcomer Conference publicly, and that was really awesome.
Guys, I am super stoked. So she's taking this. If you haven't caught a glimpse of what talent she has under those little fingers, and I'm sure she's going to agree with me that this didn't happen overnight. And the biggest thing is when people come and they see the level she's at, especially if they want to dabble in this space, I'm going to say that they're probably a little bit apprehensive about or intimidated, like you've achieved that.
Yeah, you do get a lot of people that are like either intimidated or they're just like, oh my god, I can't believe like all this success, and we have had great success. I mean, we've done so many things. I mean, I have a phenomenal team of hair and makeup artists that work with the company, and I mean, we do big events. I mean, we just do a lot of different things. But like you said, it wasn't overnight. I mean, when I started, I was out of my house. I took over a little room, and I was doing makeup. Matter of fact, when I first started, I was doing makeup in the kitchen living room area. Wow. Then we moved to a house where I had a separate office space, and then I was in there for 3 years, and I took over one side of the house, and then eventually we were able to build our way up to have an actual space downtown. But it's just
so you got a studio space downtown.
I have a studio space, but it's a lot of hard work. I mean, every day grinding. Like, people would always ask me, well, if you're not doing makeup, what do you do? Marketing, accounting, social media, like what
and stuff like this.
What don't I do?
Stuff like this.
Yeah,
this goes in the gaps.
I'm going out to events, and people are like, "Oh, you're just having such a fun life. Like, you get to go to all these events." And it's like, this is work. Like, I have to brand myself. So yes, it's fun, but trust me, like, this is business. Like, it's not like, let me be lazy and just go to an event so I don't have to work. Like, that is my work. Right. You know?
And that's the beauty of it. Guys, I've like to say this all the time, but this bears repeating. The key, your homework for life is, first of all, finding the passion. Yes. And then engaging in what I think is one of the most, maybe not the most, but one of the most significant marriages this side of the universe, which is the marriage of your passion with your purpose. When you marry those two, now it's like, here's the next thing. How do you convert that into where you can make a profit? Because let's face it, if we cannot, if we're getting have to be distracted by the career that we make money with, it's going to pull us away from the passion. Yeah. Even though we love the passion. So being able to connect the two dots is amazingly important, because if you're doing that, now you've taken your passion, you've turned it into your purpose, now you're leveraging it for profit. And people are like, it ain't all about the money. It's like, that's
the bills still need to get paid.
They got to get paid.
It's not all about the money, but you still have to be able to do things. And I tell people all the time, and I love that you talk about the passion, the purpose, and all that. But I tell people, you know, your passion, do it as a side hustle. You know, like if you have something that you love, do it as a side hustle and build it until your side hustle become your main hustle.
That's exactly right, guys.
You know?
And it's so fun. It's not uncommon for, if we're in a lane as entrepreneurs, so to speak, let's just say that, don't think it's strange when you start talking about the same stuff. See how she just said that? I talk a lot about building a bridge from your job to your dream. Yes. And if you don't just go, I'm quitting today. Okay. I'm done. It's enough. And then you just go out there and can you do that? Yeah, but is that smart? Probably not, unless you got some safety net to fall on and that's going to give you a shot. But the best thing is to, like she said, you got your main hustle, then you got your side hustle, and you side hustle till your side hustle takes over the amount for your main hustle, and then you transition. That's the bridge. Yes. That actually happens. Yes. And so from the passion of taking your job, or it could be your current job and turn it into your growth pod. Or your current field into your mission field. And so where like you can actually sew in. So I like to say it this way: don't just make $1. Find a way to make a difference. Don't just make a check at the end of the week, but make a change. How can you do some things in that space? Or not just, watch this one, not just an income, but an impact. Some way of where you're at. And you can do that now.
You got a mic? Can I drop a mic?
You can drop it?
I
have a mic.
I got a fake mic.
Grab a mic.
A fake mic.
We're going to ding it. Guys, we're riding shotgun with Allie Perkins. This gal here is something special. And let me give a shout out to a few of y'all. I see y'all on here. Hey, Sherry Michelson. That's my gal. She's on here. Sharon Morgan. Good to see you. Well, who else got Shock? Hey, welcome, lady. She says, hi, Cedric.
With the star with the little...
With the star eyes. I love that. Sherry, good to see you. She's a beautiful, talented woman. Yes, she is.
Oh, thank you, boo.
Oh, yes. We're going to apply. We're going to ding that. Jessica Zetlab, good to see you, girl. Every see Sophia Leon and all of you guys. Stuff. Can we get like some thumbs up and hearts letting us know that you guys are out there and this is really good stuff? If you just joined us, we did drop some nuggets. However, yes, we got some more nuggets.
Give me some more.
And here's what's gonna happen. You know I got the questions, and I got something I want to share with you, and then I'm gonna get her take on it on the other side of this break, okay? Just on the other side of this break. So stick around with us. We are riding live with my gal, Allie Perkins. Y'all about to stick around, cause it's going up so we can help y'all go down. Let's go.
This is my jam right here, boy. This is some of my good music right here. Put this song on it. You can have a bad day with this song right here. Hey.
Okay, let's go.
Go down the Salt Train line. Go down the Salt Train line.
Ow!
You can't take me nowhere.
Guys, I love it. Hey, my dad used to say, if you like it, son, I love it. And I love this. I knew, matter of fact, we bumped into each other at the Oscars.
Yes.
The Bakersfield Oscars, y'all. Don't get all excited.
Like, ooh, not that one.
Be like, who is this? Kevin Costner was hanging out there? So yeah, I saw her and we connected. I was like, okay, tell me. She's like, Allie Perkins. I was like, yes. And so I said, oh my gosh. And so, cause I've watched her. I got one good eye, and I keep it on them green jelly beans around there that's doing stuff and making a difference. And so I said, okay, girl, I got to get you up here.
Yes.
Because I know your energy is one. Not only just the energy thing, but she has some nuggets and some value to be able to give to you. And if you are just now joining us, when we're done, go to replay, and I guarantee you're going to get something that you can apply to your life to help you to be a little bit better today, or yesterday guaranteed your money back. Yes. No, you didn't do no money, but you know what I'm saying. And so, because I know she has that, and so just setting it up to be able to do it. I had a question I teased y'all on the other side of this break. I said I was going to share something with you, then I'm going to get her take on it. Now, we alluded to this earlier, but I wanted to highlight it a little bit. Here's the red herring for entrepreneurs. For those of you who are out there that have taken this solemn oath that you want to take over some type of control, creative control of your finances and take some risk out there. That's what entrepreneurs are. They just agree to take risk. It tends to be financial risk, maybe life risk and stuff like that, in order to be able to create something that's going to be of value to the marketplace, period. At least that's the way I define it. Okay, so with that being said, the biggest red herring for anybody that steps up to the plate and want to do that is this one thing. And I'm going to get your take on it, is that it's tough for people to perform consistently in the absence of a taskmaster. I'm going to let it marinate a little bit. Just a little bit. Sadly, what are you saying? That was some big words. Okay, let me break it down. Okay. It's easier. Let me say it a different way. It's easier, I found, for people to go to a 9-to-5. Nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. 9-to-5 traditional job, waking somebody else, which I know you said that. You've heard that dozens, or working for somebody else. It's easier to do that and then work inside of these parameters.
Yes.
And perform it, and then ask when to take your breaks, when to take vacation, how much sick pay, okay. You know, it's easier to conduct oneself in a box. like that. It's when you step out of that. Matter of fact, you'll see I got even little stuff around here that reminds you, think and all this other stuff, because we need those visual reminders around us, right? So when you step outside of that, I'm going to explore the opportunity or maybe the possibility of doing something that allows for me to have to come early and stay late for myself. Then, since we have not been equipped by our traditional school, and I could give you a whole 2 hours on that subject, by the way, we haven't been equipped and empowered and given the tools, if you will, to be able to function in the absence of this. So we tend to struggle on the entrepreneurial side. Yeah. So the red herring is we don't have a taskmaster to say, do this, do this, do this, that, do this, do this, do this, that. So we struggle. I'd love to get your opinion on that.
You know what? That is absolutely correct. You know, and not everyone, and it's okay. You know, not everyone is for the entrepreneurship life, nor should everyone be an entrepreneur. Like, some people are happy and okay with 9 to 5. I'm content. I'm cool, and that's fine. But if you do desire to, you know, like I said, step out the box, you have to be extremely disciplined as an entrepreneur. And you have to be consistent. I've had many people say, what time do you wake up? Like, I would get up at 6 a.m., do, like, work, and they're like, well, why are you waking up so early? Like, you're your own boss. Why do you get up? Like, you can sleep in. Okay, well, what good is that doing my business if I'm just taking a whole bunch of lazy days? You have to work 10 times harder for yourself, especially in the beginning. Because in the beginning, it is just you. You don't have a team. You don't have an assistant. You don't have a manager to do nothing. You don't have a web developer for the most time. You are your web developer.
That's right. And if you try to start there, you're already starting out against the odds, big time, if you want to go way into that to try to start.
Exactly. So you have to wear all the hats. You have to get yourself up early with a purpose, with your goals and your tasks, and say, this is what I'm executing today.
Yes.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it, but you have to be extremely disciplined, focused, and consistent when it comes to achieving goals, because the goals are not just going to achieve themselves.
Oh my gosh. I love this guy. If y'all just joined me, I have Mrs. The Allie Mae Perkins that's hanging out here. I'm gonna ding her. We could, you know what? I could really go with these shows for a couple of hours with information. And it's funny because when I cut this camera off, there's probably gonna be some other stuff that I wish I kept the camera running. This is what's happening. Matter of fact, as we were talking when she first got here, I was like, okay, stop talking. We gotta stop talking. Because I want you guys to hear what's gonna happen. Because you be missing some great nuggets just because we be yakking. That's why I be like, when I tell people to come to the studio, I'm like, okay, show up at 12, we go live at 12:05. The reason why is because I don't want to talk to, not that I don't like them, it's like, I want to talk on camera so people can hear it the same time I hear it. And my response is candid. It's not made up. It's not like, oh, okay, let's act like this is a surprise. It's like, no. This is real. One more time so I can that. Right. No, this is good stuff, guys.
In the moment.
Yes. So this entrepreneurial stuff, the Achilles heel of entrepreneurship, is being able to function and be productive, and, as she said, discipline, consistency, and focus long enough in order for your version of, check this out, your version of success to show up. That may not be the same as Allie. May not be the same as MrMakeItGreat.com. I'm just kidding. Okay. It may not be the same. I just always branded. I'm sorry. Okay, so it may not be the same as what ours is. It's yours is yours. Put your blinders on, not to the tune of where you just ignore everybody. No, but put your blinders on and saying that, hey, I have a goal. I get up. She said, hey, you have some non-negotiables. You have some stuff that says, hey, this is what I'm going to do. Execute these today.
Exactly.
And then stick to it. And over time, because no one activity, I know she understands this, no one activity or behavior in and of itself by itself is going to make the day. The difference. It's collectively, over time, that we actually are able to achieve these things. Your thoughts?
Yeah. And I was going to add something. One of the things, if there's someone who is an entrepreneur or looking to be an entrepreneur, one thing is you're always growing. You're always evolving. You're always developing. And so I remember when I first started my business, I would get very frustrated with myself because I felt like I would create like a structured plan that I wanted to do, and it just wasn't working for me. It wasn't working for my lifestyle. So I was constantly going back to the chopping block, finding ways to like time block my day. way and to get better at something, I was growing. It's not that you're failing. It's not that I was failing and I was doing things wrong. It just wasn't working. So now I kept going back to the block, and now I have this schedule, these days where I say, I work on these days, I'm at these days, I come in the office at this time, and it works for me.
Yes.
And it took me years to find that sweet spot to continue elevating.
Guys, I'm going to ding ding now. And applaud because that's huge. That's huge. You know, and the biggest thing, the biggest investment that she's made, and we said this, I alluded to it earlier, but I cannot overstate this, guys, that the biggest investment you can make, I see you, Sonny. Sonny's like, yo, I see you. Georgia, I see you. And Miranda, all of you guys, welcome. I'm riding shotgun with Allie Perkins. This is the gal. She has been dropping some nuggets already up to this point, and we are, my goodness, don't look now, but it's almost already been an hour.
I know.
Isn't that crazy? It's crazy, but that's just how this thing works. She's taking a big dose of investment, because a lot of people, when I talk about investment in your space, the first thing they think of is, guess what? They think it is. And it's like, now that one's important, but one that's even more important of that is the currency called time.
Yes.
It's the time factor, guys. Most people, they have I'm going to say, a microwave dream where it's like, oh Lord, I want to be healthy, rich, and physically fit. And then they chuck it into the microwave and put it on 30 seconds or maybe 30 days, and expect the dean to come out and you got that thing that needed to be put into a crock pot and slow cooked.
It takes time.
It does, guys.
It takes time. And it's, we as a society look at the people that have already made it. The people that have been in this world in this business for 20, 30, 40 plus years. And we're like, man, I want to be where they're at. But we don't want the struggle they had to go through.
Right.
We got people to go through the struggle. And I'm constantly like, you know what? Okay, every year I'm getting better. Every year I'm getting better. Every year I'm getting better. And then I'm going to make it. But I got to go. You have to have the vision. You got to have to go. You have to know where you're going in the direction. And then just baby stepping. But it does not happen overnight. It can happen overnight. And if it does happen overnight, more than likely it's going to be taken away quickly, because when you have quick success, when it's almost just overnight success, you don't know how to handle it. You don't have the infrastructure in your business, in your life, mentally, emotionally, to handle that overnight success.
Oh my God.
So, what? What's going on? He's grabbing something.
I love this.
Like,
I love this. I can't see this, y'all. This is so funny. I was just, my audience love it too. They love it. Guys, when she say this overnight thing, we was just talking about this the other day. I was like, hey, the heights, I heard it said this way. Who said it? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who said it, but they said it this way. The heights that are reached and kept by great men and women were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, was toiling upward during the night. And what that means is that they were working. And so, and I always like to say, hey, quick ascension of the ladder of success is almost always guaranteed to be accommodated shortly by sudden fall.
yes.
Because sudden flight falls by sudden fall. So you can skip the rungs on the ladder of success. There are certain things that you can learn from others, because people are, the best experiences, personal experience. And it's like, yeah.
You can learn from somebody else.
Learning from somebody else is just plain old smart, y'all. And so it's like, so if you're going to go through that minefield of life, for heaven's sake, please follow somebody. And preferably stay like a few feet back, just in case they forgot which way to step. But y'all get what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, going through that, traversing that field and saying, hey, I'm going to be able to make that investment of the currency called time, because I pulled this thing out when she was talking. It's not a switch, although I used to get with stuff like this by my grandma when I was little. Like, boy, go give me a switch off that tree. Because I'm Texas.
Switches.
Remember that? Did you get that?
Yes.
Well, see, we got switches. That's why we are the way we are today.
Yes. See, now.
We got a twitch,
We got reflexes. You're too fast, like,
Yes. But this is actually a limb off of the Chinese bamboo tree. And there's a great metaphor here that has to do with what she was just talking about in terms of when she was just explaining. I said, I gotta get this. But of course, you know, guys, I gotta teach y'all that side of the break. Let's talk about what does this mean for your life and what she just said. And so on the other side of this break, we gonna get, I see you, Daryl. I'm riding shotgun with Allie Perkins. We're gonna see you guys on the side of this break. So stick around for about 10 seconds. We're gonna see y'all. Let's go, Allie. Some people in the audience, they just can't clap. They got to be like screaming and stuff too. And usually it's like our people that do that, right? You're like, oh my God! You know, so my people. My people.
I'm not loud, but I'm not even gonna lie. Like you will, I'll go to graduation and my voice will always be gone after graduation. I'm screaming, I'm yelling, I'm starting yelling the person before, and I'm still yelling 2-3 people after. Yeah, I'm not loud now. Sorry, y'all.
Guys, if y'all just joined us, I'm riding shotgun with none other than the Allie Mae Perkins. You heard me. I love that name, Allie Mae Perkins. And she is an amazing gal that's, I say she's part of the pretty club. She's pretty ambitious, pretty smart, pretty courageous, and all this other pretty stuff as well, too. And so she's here today, and we're dropping some nuggets. So these are the kind of nuggets that actually go to your head and your heart, not your hips.
Well,
you go to McDonald's, but
when you talk about nuggets, I am going to hit a Chick-fil-A after this.
Chick-fil-A? Their nuggets are bomb? I haven't had their nuggets. People talk, okay, but that's what I have to show, because I can see that face. She's like,
I need somebody to tell him about the Chick-fil-A life, okay, them nuggets, okay? He tripping. Like, we about to go to Chick-fil-A.
I've eaten at Chick-fil-A once.
Oh,
that was years ago.
Bro, you're killing me.
Well, people love it. I know.
Yes.
Okay.
I digress. Life.
I need to. Okay.
I asked for 6. I only want to eat 3, but I want extra to take home with me.
Okay. Somebody bring me some Chick-fil-A so I can see what Allie Mae's talking about. I'm kidding. No, we bring him over Chick-fil-A. Okay. It's all
no,
good.
bring the Chick-fil-A because I want some.
Okay, you can. All right, guys. Allie Mae Perkins. She was here today, y'all. I teased y'all on the other side of that break. I said she was talking about something that I think is so pivotal for you to understand if you want to be able to succeed in whatever it is that you do, without question. This is a tree limb from the Chinese bamboo tree. And if you were to take a Chinese bamboo tree seed and put it into the ground, not too deep, not too shallow, but just right, the Goldilocks zone, now you got to water that thing every day, a certain way. Not too much, not too little, but the Goldilocks zone of watering it. And if you do that consistently, stay focused, and be disciplined to do it over a amount of time, let's say for a year, guess what happens? Nothing. Nothing. Okay. But you continue doing it, not watering it too much, not watering it too little, but somewhere right in the middle, in the groove. Guess what happens after 2 years? Nothing. But no, you keep doing it, and people keep walking by while they seeing you doing it. It's like, what's she doing? You're playing with that dirt every day. That's the dirt lady. Or that's the dirt man, because you got this crazy name. Or they saying, what are you doing? Ain't nothing going on there. What's going on? You've been doing that for 2 years. After a while, you do it for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. You stuck around when people was calling you crazy lady. And a crazy dude. You stuck around, you said, because somebody told you that you knew, liked, and trusted, and said if you continue to do that, your version of whatever it is going to show up. That Chinese bamboo tree will come to fruition. Yeah. After 5 years, it goes, boop. It puffs its little head up through the soil, and then it starts to climb its way into the sky as high as 90 feet high. And get this, in 90 days, You got that 3 months, 90 days. And then I ask you the question, how long did it take for that bamboo tree to grow 90 feet high? The untrained mind will probably say 6 weeks. Oh, actually, I said 90 days. Actually, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
It's 6 weeks. It's 6 weeks, pardon me. Don't say 6 weeks. 6 weeks, 90, it grows 90 feet high. And so people will say it took 6 weeks. But the truth is, no. It took 5 years and 6 weeks to get it done. Because what was happening that you could not see is it was play. Oh, God. Oh, I'm feeling like it's getting like church up in here.
Oh, hey.
You can see. You could see the roots going down deep and wide that was building the infrastructure that she talked about. Yep. The foundation, because that's how you start a building. They don't start just right off the ground building. Yep. They go down to get the bedrock and the granite to be able to establish foundation that will support a 90-foot high structure. So when the wind and the rain and all the other elements that come against it, it will have put the right foundation in place to weather that storm. So when she was sharing that, I was like, oh my God, here's the great metaphor.
Yes, that is amazing. I love that with the bamboo.
Yes, I didn't come up with that one. I heard it years ago, and it resonated with me.
We can't take any credit.
We can't take credit. Whoever, I don't know who came up with it, but God bless them, because it's so true, guys. It's been, I know I experienced that in my life today. Allie Perkins is a product of that as well. And here's what we go WIFY. What's in it for you? That radio station. You can too. You can too. Yeah. So your thing is, what is your thing? Or what should I say? What is your thing? We all got thing. And then are you working toward that thing?
Exactly.
And if you haven't found that thing, that's your homework for life, y'all.
It don't matter what people think about that thing.
That's
either.
right.
Some people don't get it.
Right.
Some people don't understand it.
Yes.
And that's okay.
That's true. Hey, you are under no obligation for people to understand what it is that you feel you're calling it.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is, and you just continue to. And I don't know. Can I be honest?
100.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you a lie with a smile, make you feel good. No, I'm gonna tell you. No, okay. Here's true. That don't think it's strange that some of your most challenging people in your life, in terms of being able to talk you down and back into that box to not do your thing, just might share your same last name.
Oh, well, the ones that are closest to you that sometimes are the ones that put you down, and they don't mean to it, but people are used to you being a certain way, doing certain things, and when you start growing out of their comfort zone of who you are, what you do, they become intimidated.
Right.
Well, you've been I don't just came to mind. You've been a bus driver for like 10, 15 years. How do you think now that you're gonna start a non-profit organization and do your own? Like you're just because they're just they can't receive it. They can't get that.
And they're trying to impute their limitations onto you.
Yep. And they're done that.
I've been fortunate to have a family that's, shares my same last name, that has been very supportive of me and my biggest champion. But I am not unmindful that that's not always the case. And sometimes you're sleeping. Can I say it?
Well,
yeah. You know I'm gonna say it.
I know where it's going.
Sometimes you're sleeping under the same sheets with that person. You know what I'm talking about. That's your biggest challenge, and saying, what the heck are you thinking? And that, my friends, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, because you're having to share that space. But guys, if there can be any solace in you today, if that's your position and your thing, hang in there. Because the naysayers, I call it, you got to get used to the nasty N-words.
Yeah.
The naysayers, the no's, the negatives, the no-shows. Because that's the litmus test, y'all, for being able to get to things that are all worth it. Because overnight is not going to be the case. No. It's like stick and stay long enough and saying, hey, I posted something the other day where I said, wanted to remind people that know-it-alls won't grow at all. And then I had to qualify that, right? Know-it-all. If you don't get Jason says know-it-all, they will not pursue information, so they won't grow at all.
Yeah.
So you can never commit to be a self-proclaimed know-it-all. No, you may know it some, but you can't know it all. In fact, I like to tell people, I'm very visual with this. I'm getting the countdown on Instagram. Y'all right. Go on another platform to be able to see because they only go an hour.
Whatever. Instagram.
Bye, Insta. We'll see y'all later. But everybody else, I know y'all on here. If you take your finger and you put it in the space right there, you just put it out there like that. Go bam. That little dot you just made into the air represents all the stuff that you know. And now watch this. Everything infinitely outside of that is representation of stuff you don't know. But the catch is, you may not know that you don't know it.
Yes. So, what is going on here on Instagram?
I'm on Instagram. So I got him off and as soon as it comes off.
This is hilarious.
Alana, if you're watching this right now, watching Instagram. She's from New Zealand. She's been here on Shotgun. She's been on the show.
Yes.
And so she's such a dancer. So she can't see it. I'm sorry. We get sidetracked. We're going to get back on the freeway in the middle. So as soon as they signed off, you see Alana on there dancing.
And we're doing the yummy, like...
Yes, the yummy dance.
Oh, snap.
Okay. So, okay,
let's
refocus.
Squirrel moment.
Squirrel. Guys, everything around that dot is the stuff that you don't know. And you may not know that you don't know it. So our job is to continue to stay in the know. I know you alluded to this earlier. You said stay in the growth phase.
Yes.
I like to say stay green. So when I say green jelly bean and grasshopper and such things, what I mean is people who are positive, pivoting to the positive. They're passion pursuing, goal getters, and dream-driven people on a mission to be a little bit better today than they were yesterday. And they have leveraged and they're looking to be able to squeeze the juice out of whatever it is, their time, their talent, their testimony, how about that one, in order to be in service to this hurting humanity in some way. So then the question becomes, can you do that? Yeah, some of you are already doing it. I'm high-fiving you. Keep on doing it. For those of you who have not, don't miss the opportunity because we only get one shot at this life thing. I always like to end my session with you guys saying, hey, we only get one shot at this life thing. Let's make it absolutely great. And so I'm not just saying that because it sounds good. Well, kind of I am. But it's sticky for you. It's to remind you that we only get one shot. And if you're going to take one shot, you don't want to just try to bunt to get on base. You want to swing for the fences and go down swinging.
Yeah.
Jamie Lynn.
I used to leave on my emails. I used to do this thing called Happy Fridays, encouraging emails. And so every Friday I would send out this email, and I had this whole email list. It was crazy. It actually got pretty big, and I had someone from overseas like, "Oh my God, I got you!" And I was like, "Wait, what?" It was insane.
And it was just words of encouragement, some way to be.
Yeah, and it just started. And it was actually amazing because I was working for a company. It was just everyone was kind of down and negative, and it was a Friday. And I'm like, yes, it's a Friday. Yeah, the environment was so and I just stopped and I was like, man, if you can't be happy on a Friday,
then you got real problems.
Yeah, there's some problems. And so I was like, let me just send a positive quote, know. So I found 2 quotes that I liked, and I send it to the people in my department or whatever. And it just they're like, oh my God, I love that. Yeah. So then the next Friday, someone was just like, oh, you're gonna send us another quote or something. And I was like, you know what? Yes. So then it grew to eventually the company, and then it grew to people outside of the company, and it was a whole thing. It went from just quotes to a full on devotional, and it wasn't always just about devotional spiritual. It was just life.
It was a post. It was a post that you was putting out there, so to speak.
Yes, and actually I probably need to revive these things and put them out there. And so I'd have this whole thing, and then I'd have quotes that backed it up, and all this whatever the topic was. So there was a topic, that I would pick for that day.
Right.
It was just insane, and I still have those.
I love that.
I have the printout, so I'm gonna have to do something.
And was a lot of this your content?
Yeah, it was just stuff that I just came up with.
I'm gonna tell you something. Guys, this is huge. And I knew when I got her in here that we would easily go past an hour. We're already past it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. Because this is good stuff. What she was just saying, that's how I actually ended up sliding into this space. I used Facebook in the same way you just described, where I said, okay, everybody's talking negative about this social media stuff. Let me find a way to make it positive. So when I said on that day, May 24th of 2009, I had to get the date right, 2009, when I said yes to Facebook, I started every day. I said I called it my thought of the day. This was back when you could only do 390 letters in spaces on Facebook. I don't know how long you've been on, but You been
a
on
long
Facebook?
time. Yeah, I started out with MySpace, and then we.
Oh, so you transitioned over. Okay.
Then we transitioned to Facebook.
Yeah, I came in 09, and this is when it was limited to the amount of content you could post. It was 390 letters and spaces. Ask me how I know this. It's because space became a premium for me.
Yeah.
So it helped me serendipitously to be quicker and more to the message point.
To the point. Yes.
So what I thought was like uncomfortable and kind of, this is not very good, kind of sharpened me to be able to be quick and, hey, here's the nugget, y'all. And so after about a week or so of posting other people's stuff, I said, wait a minute. I felt like God was telling me, hey, I'm talking to you too, dude. Say what you feel I'm feeding you.
Yeah.
And so I started doing it on a daily basis. Went from 2 people to 22 people, from 222 people, from 22 up to, I don't even know for all the social media platforms I'm on, I can't even give you a number of how many people that I reach. But I can tell you it's global as far as people are able to experience that.
Beautiful.
Then people started saying, I'm spitting, I'm getting so excited.
Get excited.
People started saying, hey, when is the book coming out? And I was like, what book? And then I was like, oh my gosh. And I used to get the private messages where people who did not have any axe to grind, no agenda to push. It was just like in confidence saying, hey, I was suffering from depression about 6 months ago. My good friend said, you should follow this guy. And I've been following you for the last 6 months. And I want you to know that I know you don't know me, but continue doing what you're doing. This has brought me out of my dark space, the stuff that you deliver. Wow. And I would get goosebumps from that. And so then I said, Allie, at that time, I said, I need to create a book because these people don't exist in a vacuum. There's 101.
Yes.
There's 101. There's 1,001.
Yes.
You just will never know them. But just because you won't ever know most of them, should you not do it? The answer is no. Do it. And so that's what I did. So I'm all about this is not all about me, but I guess keep going though. I'm all about how does this tell from the platform? I'm about the story. How does it convert from the platform? So I said, I want to do my first book without using any of my own money because when I tell the story, people are going to be like, but Cedric, you had money. I could already see it. And I said, so I'm not going to use my money. So here's what I did. I've already built this audience that continue to build of people who know me, like me, and trust me.
Yeah.
They was getting my content. Those are 3 things. And I know Allie may know this. So we preach it to the choir. But to you. So once I did that, I started feeding them. I said, hey, my book's coming out. I literally got like somebody else's book. I printed something up on my paint thing here with a photo of me and stuff. I wrapped it around that book and said, my book is coming out. And that was not even my book. And so I said, I'm going to give XYZ LMNOP to those who pre-order my book. I ended up getting so much money that I could not only do the book, but I also created my first audio CD. On top of that.
Awesome.
And so
that is epic. See? He teaching me. I'm like, okay.
Oh my God. But that's how it happened. So when she was sharing that, let's rewind back to that point. I didn't have an intention to do it, to progress to that.
Yeah.
But I always like to say, you make your plan, follow your plan, work your plan, but expect for things not to go quite as planned. Because sometimes if you look back, you line up 10 people, 11 of them will tell you that they probably doing something the way they're doing it, but they couldn't define it 10, 20 years ago as doing that. But they didn't say no to the go. They went, and then things started to declare themselves along that path. And so that has been my thing. Yes. And then the books progressed to me speaking, and then the speaking caught me up in the speaker's cycle of wealth is what we call it. Where you speak, your tools and resources are purchased, and then that promotes you for more speaking.
Yes. See, that's where we go to, because I'm all about speaking and so that's really my heart and my focus with my own life is building myself up. I want to be I always say I want to be the number one, the leading confidence coach in the world.
I love that.
So
have you pinned that somewhere? Like boop, 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 wrote it down?
Oh yes.
Good.
Yes, it is written down already.
See, now you've taken it from here and you've made it physical.
Yes.
And we talk a lot about how I say a lot about how our brains are built for speed but not for retention. So we have to be able to put stuff around us. If you were in my studio right now, she can tell you I got all kinds of stuff in it. My wife calls it clutter. I call it, nuh-uh, baby. This is stuff that's going to remind me. It all has a message to it.
Yeah.
And I can, she can keep talking. I pull something that it's a metaphor or an analogy that goes with what she just said. Because I've collected it over time that reminds me that more importantly, it keeps my mind focused on what things are and what needs to be done. As I heard, I think it was Confucius. If you don't know Confucius, then you confused. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I'm kidding. But Confucius said, "Hey, when I hear, I forget. When I see, I remember. When I do, I understand." And then I said, "Oh, Confucius, that's great. He almost got it all. There's a fourth one." On the other side of this break, I'm gonna share with y'all this fourth one. And then me and Allie, we're going to talk just a couple of minutes and we're going to let y'all go. What is the fourth one that Confucius did not get right? That's going to change your life when I share it with you. I know she's already knows it because she's doing it. We're live, y'all. Y'all better stick around for this last nugget. Oh, wait. Get him, Allie. Go back. We're going to
Gotta love Prince, man. Rest in peace. Yeah. Love some Prince. Boy, don't play.
Guys, I'm riding shotgun. This may be the longest show I've ever done, actually. I just I'm like, it's like, hey, Allie Mae. And I knew it. I said, we're going to go over an hour because this girl, I know she's fire. And she will not disappoint. God, hey, Kelly. She says, love it. Somebody even got a fire button up there. Hey, Mike Willis. Welcome, my man. Anthony West. Some of y'all come in, man. If there's ever been a time to press the replay button on an episode of Live, this is the day, and this is the gal. He's got it. Hey, Jay Lynn, I see you. Hey, Tammy Joe, good to see you. Hey, Old Canmida, I see you. Daryl Sermons, I see you, bro. He says, good night. Yes. Jennifer Edwards and Sue Violet, good to see you guys. Man, so much to my heart. Georgia as well. And most of y'all I know watch on replay. It's all good. I teased you on the other side of that break. I do have Allie Mae Perkins here, and she's an amazing gal in her own right. And I knew that we dropped some really cool, valuable nuggets to you guys. I said Confucius said this one thing. He says, when I hear, I forget. When I see, I remember. When I do, I understand. And then I said, wait a minute, there's another one. There's another one. That if not utilized properly, the other three is not good enough. Cedric, you trying to question Confucius? No. Only the confused mind comes away with that conclusion. But here's what I am saying. There's one more. Let's repeat it. When I hear, I forget. When I see, I remember. When I do, I understand. Here's the fourth one. When I do daily, I become.
I'm here, Mike.
Okay.
And it's bejeweled.
It's bejeweled, yes.
Bejeweled.
I got that from some. I don't even know where I got that, but it's not.
You're like one of the kids got to it.
Yes.
One of the kids got to it.
Guys, hey, what does that mean? I tell you, it's like, hey, if we hear it, it's fleeting. But if we see it, I just got stuff all around me that's gonna help me to stay focused from the distractions. You know, I got my little thing that says, hey, beware of the shiny objects in our life. I got that to remind me.
Nice.
Yes, all those shiny objects there. You see those shiny? All the distractions that are competing for your affection and your time. But I stay focused with that. So you see, but if you do, you understand that is so true. But if you do daily, you become. Yes. So then the question becomes, what is it that you want to become? Now, Cedric, can you help me with that? Maybe a little bit, but the homework for life for you is to figure out what that is. What is that thing you can do all day without pay while time slips away? That's a good spot. What is that thing that you do become easy for you?
Good, yes.
We got to make it sticky. So that's the reason why I made it rhyme, make it sticky.
Yeah.
What is that thing that comes easy for you, but other people may struggle with? Or what's that thing that people compliment you on a lot? Be like, "Girl, you so good at that. Boy, you go." You know, whatever it is. What is that? That's a good hint to the space that your talent and your passion.
And I love that you brought that up, because a lot of people, they see those things that come easy to them as just, oh, like that's just like, oh, that's just easy.
Yeah.
But they don't really realize that that's where their knack is. That's what their passion is. That's their thing.
People say
they,
this.
They just bypass it real quick. They're just like, oh, it's easy. Like whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's your space.
Yes.
You know. And
that's
they just write it off as like, oh, I'm a great, I can plan parties. Oh yeah, it's just it's just whatever. It's just easy. I just whatever. Yeah. No, maybe you should be an event planner. Maybe you should be doing this.
Yes.
But they don't take that next step. They just kind of pass it off as like, oh, whatever. Or they create something and they just always say, oh, it's just I'm a little side thing. And I have a lot of people that I know that do that. Oh, it's just like my little side thing, whatever I do. No, it's not just a little side thing.
It could be a solid thing. Yeah.
It's a solid thing. And that's the problem with some people, is they don't take that thing and really have the vision to build it into something big, to that empire, to something, oh, it's just that little thing. Oh, I just baked some cookies on the side for some friends or whatever. But they're the most amazing cookies. So why don't you have a business? Yeah. Why don't you work to getting a storefront and having like, you can have multiple of these. Girl, they good.
Yes.
You design good, but just do something for the church,
It's supersize that thing. I mean, that old song, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. Guys, that is so key to kind of be as a call to arms, saying, go take what it is that you got. And if you guys, if you are able to take that passion thing, whatever it is, and leverage it for some profit, and oh, by the way, there's never been another time in history to do that, because you have access to this thing that you're looking at right now in all different type of platforms that you go, here we go again, but it bears repeating, build that platform of people who know you, like you, and trust you. And then now you can give value to them, because people say, I ain't making enough money. Okay, I can tell you one thing about you if you're saying that's the case. You're not bringing enough value to the marketplace. Those are congruent. It's like the more, okay, let me just lay it out there and then we got to shut, because we are going crazy long. Guys, the more wealth, and I learned this, I wish I'd have learned this like 20 years ago. I learned it about 10. The more wealth you can attract, pardon me, let me say it a different way. Wealth is attracted by how much service you bring to the marketplace. So if you're sourcing and serving and creating value for only 10 people, that's how much wealth you will attract. But if you're sourcing and serving and creating value for a marketplace of 10,000 people, that's how much wealth you attract. 10 million people, that's how much wealth you attract. 10 billion people, and there's no exception to that particular rule. Yeah. Because it really is, it's actually biblical. It's like, that press down, running over. It's the reciprocal type of thing. In fact, where if you sow into, you'll get back immeasurably based on what you're actually doing. So it's like, if not enough, well, it's attraction for you, because it's too attracted, not pursued. Yes. Attracted. So become more attractive in your space, delivering value to more people. Grow your circle. So if that's true, then I'm not after this. I'm after the people.
After the transformation.
Exactly. I'm after people. So more people that I can source and serve and create value for, the money thing will take. I'm telling you guys, and there's no exception to that. Now, some people may deflect it, and it ended up going away or something. Yeah. Somebody's calling the show right now. Let's see what it is. Hello. Who? Oh, okay, hold on a second. It's for you. Your destiny's calling. Everybody, pick up the phone. Your destiny's calling.
That is epic. Oh, that was awesome.
Pick up the phone.
Yes.
Pick up the phone. Your destiny's calling, y'all. Guys, this has been an amazing. Ooh, your destiny's calling back. Y'all about to really get it. Y'all about to get it.
Yes.
Guys, this has been, I want to keep going, and we got to have her back. She already said that she's going to come back. So I'm just like, girl, you need to get your butt back up in there. We got
a whole lot more to say and do.
Yes, we do. We do. And I'm looking forward to it. Guys, if you actually have enjoyed it up to this point, press your share button. And for those of you who haven't seen it, hey, press the replay button, because this is somebody that really is somebody special. Okay, guys, it's been a good one. We're going to send you home with a